Hey everyone, my name is Jocelyn Bartolome. I use she, her pronouns, and in this video I'm going to show you what's inside my camera bag. Starting off with the bag itself, this is the camera bag that I use. It's the Brevite Jumper Photo. It's small, it's minimalist, and I really like it because it forces you to be mindful about what you carry with you every day. So to get started with what's inside the bag, I'm going to open up this front main compartment. In this compartment is where I store most of my camera gear. So right here in this empty spot is the living space for my Sony a6400 camera, which is what I'm using to film this video right now. And what I really love about that camera is that it's small, it's light, it's easy to carry, and it has a flip-up screen. So it's really easy to vlog, and you don't have to have an external monitor to see what you're doing. It's also in my price point. I'm a student, I don't have a giant budget, and that's pretty much why I chose the Sony a6400 over any of their full-frame cameras, simply because that's too expensive for me. Moving on to another camera that I like to carry is this Olympus OM2S program. This is an SLR camera, which stands for Single Lens Reflex. If you've seen any of my recent videos, I've been practicing photography a lot, and I've been using film as a method of mindfulness because it really forces you to slow down and focus on your composition. So that's this camera, and if you have the opportunity to try film photography, I would highly recommend it. I have two lenses for this camera. The one that's on it right now is a 28mm f2.8 lens, and I also have a 50mm f1.8 lens, which is right here. What I really love about these vintage lenses is that they are super cheap. They are way cheaper than any of the modern lenses out there. So for instance, this 50mm f1.8 lens was $30, 30 Canadian dollars. And they are also of really high quality. And for that reason, I decided to get an adapter so that I can use my vintage lenses on my Sony cameras. The one downside of having vintage lenses is that there is no autofocus. And to me, that's alright because I really wanted to be able to practice manual focusing so that I could improve my film photography. Because on the camera that I have, there is no autofocus feature. So this is the adapter I was talking about. It's a Sony E-mount to Olympus OM mount adapter. So that means I can put this side on my Sony camera, and I could put my Olympus lens on the other side. And that's super awesome because I can use much cheaper lenses on my Sony camera, and I can save a lot of money that way. And like I said, it's really good for me to be able to practice manual focusing. So I highly recommend getting one of these if you're into film photography. And this adapter was $30. So $30 plus the $30 50mm lens, that equals $60, and you know, there's 50mm lenses that retail for $300, $400, $500, and this gets the job done for me. So highly recommend getting one of these. While we're on the topic of film photography, I also like to carry a few rolls of film with me. Right now I only have one roll because I've run out of film, but this roll right here is Fujifilm Fujicolor 200. So it's a relatively cheap stock of film, and honestly I don't have any film preferences because I'm pretty new to it, but this is way cheaper than anything like Portra 400, for instance. So I like to keep that in my bag. Another thing that I really like is this Manfrotto tripod. It's super small, it's really good for vlogging or just setting up shots in small areas. You can put this on your desk and use your expensive camera as a fancy webcam. And it's just a really nice thing to have. It's very solidly built, and this piece right here rotates freely, so you can get some really interesting angles using this tripod. Moving on, I have this little pouch, and inside this pouch is my extra batteries and my battery charger for my camera. The Sony a6400 batteries are pretty small and they don't hold charge particularly well, so that's why I like to have a bunch of extra batteries. Another super important part of photography and videography is SD cards. So I have this little case and I put the Peak Design sticker on it, and inside it is just a bunch of SD cards. I really like how this is laid out, and it's really easy to find all your cards in one place, and I highly recommend getting one of these because it reduces the chances of you losing an SD card. Alright, so that is the main pocket, and you'll also notice that on the side of this bag there is a little zipper which gives you access to this compartment, and this is where I normally store my Sony a6400 camera. And it's really helpful for when you're walking around and if you just want to quickly pull out your camera, take a shot, you don't have to take off the entire bag, you can just sling it over your shoulder and open this pocket. Moving on to the front compartment here, this is a little spot for accessories that I like to use. One of the main accessories that I have is a notepad, simply for ideas, YouTube video ideas, or maybe some notes on film photography. When I was first learning film photography, I would underexpose all the time, and it's really helpful to take notes on what you are shooting so that you know how to improve the next time. And I really just like writing things down on paper. I really like that feeling of having your ideas in a physical place. I'm not really a huge fan of taking notes on my phone, otherwise I would get too distracted, so that's what this is for. Another thing that I have in this accessory pocket is just a bunch of Allen keys. So I have this little pouch, and especially if you're like tightening things on your tripod, or if you have like a little base plate that you need to tighten, Allen keys are really helpful for that. And I like to keep them all in one place so I don't lose them. But yeah, that's pretty much what this little package is for. I also have a pen and a Sharpie for taking notes. And the other accessories that I have are a little microfiber cloth for cleaning your lens, cleaning my glasses, cleaning my laptop screen, and I also have a little USB stick. In the top compartments, I have all my COVID stuff. So in here, I have a mask, I've got some hand sanitizer, and hand lotion because my hands get really dry, especially when you're washing them all the time. I've also got my phone charger up in here, and a few little tissues. And last, I always carry my water bottle with me. This is a Limoges water bottle. I believe it's an Edmontonian company, but I'll have to double check. And what I really like about this company is that they let you engrave anything you want on the bottle. So this is the fire element logo from Avatar: The Last Airbender, and it's just the most nerdy thing ever, but I love it so much. This bag also features tripod straps at the bottom. At the back there is this little panel so you can feed your luggage handle through it, and that way you don't have to carry your bag on your back when you are traveling. So that's pretty much it for this video, just a little tour of what's inside my camera bag. And if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and I will see you in the next video.